Political violence in Yemen. NATO airstrikes in Libya. Millions promised by the world's industrial giants for democratic change in the Middle East. All are elements of what's called the Arab Spring. But there are no signs of spring between Israelis and Palestinians.
Israel will not negotiate with a Palestinian government backed by the Palestinian version of al-Qaeda.
That was Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu before the U.S. Congress on Tuesday. He said there can be no peace talks if the militant Hamas group is part of the Palestinian leadership. Yet that is what's needed, says Hanan Ashrawi, a senior member of the Palestine Liberation Organization. She says Palestinian unity demands that all groups be embraced in the government.
Hamas belongs within this democratic pluralistic system, not as a substitute for it or a replacement or an alternative.
But any Hamas role is unacceptable to Israel. Jonathan Peled is the spokesman for the Israeli embassy.
That Israel cannot be expected to sit down and negotiate with an organization that calls for its destruction.
In September, the United Nations considers recognizing Palestinian statehood. Ashrawi said that leads to membership and its benefits within the international community.
It means you have access. You have access to all the judicial accountability you need within the UN system. And then you have the recognition that you do have boundaries.
Peled predicts the U.S. and other countries won't allow it.
To go through the United Nations for recognition is not the correct path. I think that is the strongest message that is coming out of this last week's visit.
That, Ashrawi says, would be a mistake.
If you block us from the UN, from getting accountability for Israel, from trying to get protection for the Palestinians by peaceful means, by non-violent means, then it seems to me you leave us with the option of violence only as the only thing that works.
If so, the Arab Spring holds little promise of thaw between Israelis and Palestinians. Carolyn Prasuti, VOA News.